Oh, yeah. Just get on. Hear me now. People, get ready for the train to come. Picking up passengers from coast to coast. All you need is a little faith. Hear the diesel humming. Don't need no ticket. Just get on board. People, get ready for the train to Jordan. Picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is the key. Open the doors and board up. There's room for all among those loved the most. I believe, oh, I believe, oh, yeah, yeah.
Popcorn World.
Popcorn World. Yeah. best I can. So you can get this groove in the back of a can. With the big and Robin world and the holes in your hand. Popcorn world. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Yeah. Popcorn world. Popcorn world. Popcorn world. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world. What's that saying? Breaking down the rumor, I'm smiling now. Speaking for the people who was going around. Taking truth to power, the whisper and the shout. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Hey yeah, say it again, say we're talking noise. Yeah, talking noise. Really don't have time to fool around. Never noise keeps us lined up. When truth divine, the sound that you hear is the sound of success. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Yeah, picking up all the same. We're talking noise. Oh yeah. Talking noise. Say it again. We're talking noise.
Welcome to Talkin NOIZ, the daily podcast that brings you up to speed and keeps you informed about real issues affecting real people. With your host, Mr. Talkin NOIZ himself, Lloyd Spence. His beautiful wife, Mrs. Noise, Kenyatta Spence. The ever-informed Brother Noise, Alan Brown. And yours cordially, Uncle Noise, Shake Anderson. Come on in and join us as we reveal and opine today's most pressing issues. Real truth while having real fun. Talkin NOIZ is in your house right now. So sit back and enjoy Talkin NOIZ.
Medication, so you gotta feel cool. Yo, what's going on, good people? How we sound? Let's start with that. All right, we have some sound issues, man. It's been frustrating. So I was just trying to make sure we sounded perfect. White organs, do me a favor, give me something to welcome people with. Hello, everybody. This is the last show before we bounce for the summer. So we're gonna be gone. It's the last chance to grab your Bible, your church fan, your tithing envelope before we gone. We're gonna be gone. Just saying. We're gonna have a good time tonight, so get ready. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. I always appreciate white organist because every time I need him, he's queued up and ready to go. Why are you coming for Kieta? I don't understand what's going on. Oh, I know what he said. I was like, okay. I was like, he said coming for you. I was like, shout out to LeBaron, aka Mr. Popcorn World. First of all, you missed a couple of birthdays, sir. You didn't just miss one, you missed a couple of birthdays. So it ain't just one birthday, you missed 2 birthdays. And if we add Grandma Noise in for her 100th birthday, you missed 3 birthdays. I'm just saying.
Zara is a Sunday.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Popcorn World. I should
appreciate you. Come here talking about Mama Noise. You missed a lot of birthdays.
But I mean,
supposed to be my brother. My brother.
Wait a minute. Now, I appreciate that he had not forgotten about Mama Noise.
I appreciate him not forgetting too, but I'm just saying.
You sound a little.
I am. I will admit it.
I mean, I miss my popcorn. I'm just saying. I mean, crab leg. Listen, dirty deal.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about, boy. That's what I'm talking about, boy. Hold on, I won't get too close to the camera. That's what I'm talking about, boy. That's what I'm talking about. That's my guy, my brother. All right.
See, now you need to apologize.
I do. I apologize.
Because you got to come with the smoke.
Players mess up all the time. It happens all the time.
Okay.
A player get in there, start playing this game.
I know, because you was kicking up major dust.
Okay, Mama Noise. I said I apologize.
I didn't hear those words, but thank you.
I've said it. All right.
Thank you, LeBaron. Thank you, Mr. Popcorn World. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Popcorn World. Thank you.
What? This is how I feel inside.
Okay. Let's get into it, man. First of all, shout out to everybody who's been supporting us. We appreciate y'all very much. This is the final Talkin Noise for the summer. Before we take the summer break, we will be gone for a little bit, and then we're gonna come back, hopefully stronger and better than ever. We got some plans to do just that. So hopefully we'll be able to do just that. But we appreciate y'all, man, for hanging with us for as long as you have hung with us. It's very cool, and the audience continues to grow, and we appreciate it, all that good stuff. So Mama Noise, how are you feeling before we start with anything else? How are you feeling
inside?
Yes, how are you feeling inside?
I believe I feel well inside.
So say it. If you believe it, say it.
I believe I feel well inside.
No, it's 2 words.
Oh, I'm well.
There you go. Okay. So you be jinxing the show, man.
I'm gonna need you to calm down.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't break up a happy home, Mama Noise.
I am in the happy home.
Don't break up a happy show.
Okay.
Things be going well, and I just needed to keep going well. Like you know what I'm saying? You feel me? You smell me? You smell me? You feel me? You feel me? You smell me? Okay. All right. We think some of the brothers gonna stop through. We hope they are anyway. But at any rate, we got an interesting show for you tonight. We got an interesting show for you tonight. And so we're gonna get into it here in just a minute. But before we get into the main topic, I do want to send some condolences out.
Can't hear you.
What do you mean you can't hear me?
You can now.
I think that was your fault. I think that was your screen. Because everything else was moving just fine. I want to send some condolences out to the family of Mandisa. For those who may or may not have known, Mandisa was pronounced dead a couple of weeks ago. The gospel singer Mandisa, formerly of American Idol, was pronounced dead on, and there were no there was no report of how she died. It just they said it was she was dead, and so they announced it and pronounced it, and said she had passed. And then the autopsy report came out today. Mama Noise. They said she died from category 3 obesity. I didn't even know that was a thing. But apparently she was 40 times her body mass index. And she just died of natural causes, but it was because I guess she was overweight, and she I guess had gotten so big that she just passed. And apparently she had been going through depression since 2014 when her best friends died from cancer. Her best friend had been pregnant at the time, and she died. And she was best friend and backup singer, and she died, and that sent her into depression. And so she just wasn't doing well, and she had been kind of, since her best friend died in 2014. They said she kind of fell into a depression and stayed in the house and was in the house for like 2 years. And they said the only time she left the house is that she stopped eating pizza and wanted McDonald's. And so she went and would get McDonald's. And then some friends did an intervention in 2016, the end of 2016. And in that intervention, they encouraged her to work on herself and to try to lose some weight. And so she did. And then she put out the last album that she was going to put out, which was not Overcome. I'm sorry, I forgot what the name of the last album was. But she put the last album out in 2017. But Mandisa won some Grammys, and I mean, she did some amazing stuff with her album and had some success. But they said she never recovered from whatever happened with her backup singer. She never recovered from that. And so she just died in the house, overweight.
It says to me that we are failing as a society in doing our part in checking on each other.
I thought the same thing, Mama Noise. I said, where was a church family? Where was a pastor? Where was I mean, I'm not saying they weren't there because I don't know, but it's just like, I don't know. That's a weird thing to me, man. I've never heard of that. Category 3. I think I'm saying that right. Talkin NOIZ says, I want to confirm that. I don't want to put out bad information.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We are failing at
Class 3. I said category. Same thing. Class 3 obesity is what it's called.
I was going to say category 3 sounds like a tornado, but
Right. It's called Class 3 obesity.
Okay. That we are failing at doing our part at checking on one another. We are quick to say, get offended when no one has checked on us. But, because I hear people say, well, somebody had the nerve to ask me for something. They don't even call and see how I'm doing. Okay. When have you called and checked on somebody? We have to do a better job at checking on. What's peculiar about this statement that I just made about being better? My best friend, my line sister from college, called me today, and I said, hey, when I answered the phone, I said, hey. She said, well, I'm doing a wellness check. And I was like, huh? She said, I'm calling to check on you and see if you're, doing all
right.
And seeing if you're well. And I'm like, wow, I appreciated that. And I know some people say, you know what? the strong ones, the one that's got things going on, they don't need nothing. They all right. They got a husband, or they got kids, or every time I see them on Facebook, they cheesing and stuff like that. They doing all right. Listen, those are the people you do need to check on.
Yeah.
You say to yourself, oh, well, I don't think that. Yes, they are the people that you need to check on. And it really is tragic that no one checked on this woman. And did you say that she was in her home for 3 weeks?
Yeah, that's the really sad part about the whole thing, that she had been dead in her room or in her house for 3 weeks before they found her. So that meant either nobody was calling or they were calling. And I'm just trying to understand how a person is dead in their house for 3 weeks. Like, that's a long time, man. That's a long time.
Do they still do the police still do wellness checks?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But somebody's got to call and then realize they can't reach you before you do the wellness check. So I don't know. Now, here's the other part. Maybe she has gone long periods. There's a lot left out of this story, and maybe she's gone long periods without communicating with people, and so maybe that was a normal behavior for her. I don't know. Or like LeBaron said, maybe she would post something on Facebook, and everybody would say, "Oh, she posted on Facebook today," and that's her. That's a check-in, because we do that. We're all guilty of that. I'm totally guilty of that. As a matter of fact, there's a friend of mine that just had a major surgery, and I was thinking I really need to call him and see how he's doing, just to make sure he's good. Coming out of a major surgery, but I haven't done that yet. But I need to call him. I'm going to do that. But we see somebody post on Facebook and we say, "Oh, they must be all right. They posted on Facebook. Everything must be good." That's not the right way to handle that, I don't believe.
Well, I agree. And I just happen to have had a friend who reminds me of the situation with Mandisa. She was, I would believe, a not category. What was it?
Class 3 obesity is what she suffered from. Really, that's a real thing. That's a disease.
Well, this young lady,
Mandisa, the gospel singer, LeBaron.
This young lady, she is was rather a category. No, class 3. You said class 3.
Yes.
I'm trying to say category because you said category.
I would put that in your head now.
Yeah, a class 3. She suffered in that area, and the really scary part is that she lived alone, like Mandisa, and so because she did everything, she was always by herself. She had her own home and everything, and an own vehicle and stuff. So she never needed anybody for those specific things. So then, if you didn't hear from her in about a week or so, you saying, "Oh, she must be busy doing some stuff." And I can't remember. It's not on the front of my mind, but I think it was a situation similar to Mandisa's. I don't know what was the exact cause, but I know this young lady's situation was a complications with having the gastric bypass. Complications from having the a gastric bypass, and so she passed away from that. But
Right.
the thing was that she had this surgery, and so nobody, because when you have certain types of surgeries, there is supposed to be like someone that comes in to make sure the surgeries are, wherever you had the surgery is being well kept, like the wound or wherever the incision or whatever is properly cared for. Aftercare, they call it. And so if you don't have somebody in your family to do aftercare, there should at least be a medical team or a nurse or something that comes by and checks on you from time to time. So I can't imagine having, just as you said, this disease, and then you have no one coming by just to say, just checking how you doing, or just, I hadn't heard from you in a while. 3 weeks is it's almost a month.
Yeah, that's wild to even think. That's wild to even think that somebody could be in their house that long, and somebody not know that they're in the house, or people don't know that she's in the house dead like that. It's wild to me.
Mail stacking up. Well, then they probably like, well, she's probably out of town.
Like even her neighbors, you know what I mean? Like, where are your neighbors?
Right. You saying is that person out of town? Is that the reason that they're not getting their mail? Is that the reason why they're not, nobody's coming to the door? And we gotta do better. That's the type of stuff that the church should be doing better with as well. Like, just assume somebody's gone or whatever. Call them, man. Check up on her, and don't send them a text or don't hit them up on Facebook. Like, there's ain't nothing wrong with a good old fashioned phone call or a good old fashioned pull up at your house. But then you got, okay, let's look at that for a second, shall we? So now that we have all this electronics, meaning all this electronic ways of social media and everything to be able to reach out to people. So now you say, reach out to them. Okay, they can call, they can text, they can email and all that stuff. The people don't respond to none of that stuff. So you say, back in the day now, see, these are modern days. Back in the day, what was it? It was a group of people from the church that would, not a big group, but like a couple of deacons or something like that would come by and check on those that are sick and shut in or something like that. But see, people nowadays are so private. You can't roll up on their crib without letting them know you coming. You can't, you didn't call me first,
but see, Mama Noise, that's just it. If I have called you and I have texted you and I've reached out to you in as many platforms and as ways as possible, and you still haven't responded, and I know we ain't got no real beef, I'm pulling up. So I understand what you're saying, and you're right. People are private, but nobody should be so private, and nobody should be on such an island where they're disconnected from the world. You know what I mean? And if it's somebody I truly care about, somebody I consider a friend or family or whatever, I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up on you. What's up? Let's square up. What you doing? What's going on, player? What's going on, Bill?
I think you said in regard to the church. Well, then to me, that's what like the singles ministry would be a part of their ministry, in my opinion, is to say, hey, as single people, we need to look out for each other just in case, to make sure all bases is covered so that there's nobody that falls between the cracks.
I think all the ministries should do it. I don't care what ministry you in.
I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying, but I'm saying just on some human decency. Just pull up. Nobody should be so disconnected from the world that they can be in their house for 3 weeks dead and don't nobody know it. That's wild to me. That's wild. So anyway, I want to send again our condolences to that family. That's got to be a hard pill to swallow for sure. And then I also want to send my condolences to, and we'll do it again at the end of the show, Larry Allen's family, football player Larry Allen. That was a shocking thing that he was on vacation with his family. In Mexico and died in Mexico. That's wild. I mean, that is wild. So I just want to Send my thoughts and prayers to the Allen family. Cowboy legend, maybe the greatest, possibly the greatest offensive lineman that ever played the game, but an absolute Cowboy legend. He was.
Oh, that explains it. I saw a post on Twitter from friend of the show, Humble Flex, Rocket Ishmael.
Yeah.
And he was like, with his eyes was like, bucked, and we all know that he's former Cowboy player as well. And so when he was, I was like, what's that happened? Who is it? What's going on? And that's who he was referring to.
Yeah, he was talking about Larry. Larry was beloved, man. He was one of the most beloved Cowboys of all time. He's just
really?
I understand, he's a good dude. One of the strongest men that ever played in the NFL. The man could bench press 700 pounds.
That's explaining it, because I was like, his post, I didn't really understand it, and he showed 700 pounds and showed the bench, and I was going, okay, is somebody lifting that? What is happening?
Yes, 700 pounds.
Okay.
He lifted it. There's video of this that he did it. It was crazy. I'm like, 700 pounds? I can't even imagine 700 pounds. Like, goodness gracious, that's crazy. But yeah, Larry Allen could bench press 700 pounds. So yeah, that's a sad story. Cowboy Nation is for sure in mourning today. So that's some of the news outside of the news. But the news that is dominated all of social media all weekend long. Yeah, LeVar said, that's like 3 grown men. Yes, it was literally like 3 grown men. So, but the news that has dominated social media all weekend long is the topic of our show, and we're going to get into it in a way that y'all know can't nobody else do it. They have to dance around it on ESPN and some of the other sites that are, that are connected to certain things, but we just give it to you with the raw and uncut, because that's what we do here. So let me take you back. Let me take you back about 2 or 3 weeks ago, when the WNBA started, and we're about a week in to the WNBA, and the number 1 pick in the WNBA draft this year, Caitlin Clark, what some consider the female white savior to the WNBA. She came into the league and she has had a rough going of it. People are tired. I think other teams are tired of talking about her and answering questions about her. I think when other teams have to play her, they end up having to answer a ton of questions just about her instead of the game. So some of the players have sent her welcome to the league moments, whether it's a strong pick.
Welcome to the league moments.
Yeah, welcome to the league. Strong pick or hard fouls, knocking her to the ground, whatever it was. She's catching it. They talking trash to her and all kinds of stuff. So she's kind of catching it. Big time, as it relates to her entry to the league. So this weekend, she had another big game, and she actually had a back-to-back game with the New York Liberty and Chicago Sky. And she played against the Chicago Sky this weekend. And there's a player on the Chicago Sky named Kennedy Carter. And she said something that was, no one knows what she said. And Kennedy also claimed that Caitlin threw like an elbow or like a subtle punch at her or whatever. But whatever she did in the game, she said something slick to her. And Kennedy took, umbrage to that. And if you know anything about Kennedy Carter, Kennedy she calls it and considers herself a dog, but she's a very rough player. Like, she plays a hard, strong, physical style of basketball. In fact, she's known for being a very physical player. In fact, she's been kicked off a couple of teams because she's been a very physical player. So, needless to say, Kennedy felt the way about the elbow and the trash talking that Caitlin was doing. And so, as a result of that, Kennedy went down and scored the next basket after that play. And after she scored the basket, Caitlin was there ready to receive the basketball from Aaliyah Boston, to which Kennedy hip checked her. And I mean, she hip checked her. Knocked her on her whole entire behind. And it was a dirty play, to say the least. In fact, in the game, she was assessed a foul, and it was a common foul. But later it was upgraded to a favorite one, which means it's an unnecessary basketball play. Unnecessary basketball play. And so at the end of the game, they lost the actually, I think they won the game. I think they beat the Sky. But that was the end of the game. But that was not the end of the moment. Social media went crazy over this moment in the game. And they were calling Katie Carter a thug. And they were saying, why does the WNBA hate Caitlin Clark? And this really fed into some stuff that Charles Barkley had already said on Inside the NBA, where he kind of told the WNBA women, y'all stop hating on this girl. She's uplifting the league. And some other guys like Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith have also said, hey, yeah, don't mess up the money. She's making the league better. And all those different things were being said. Well, all weekend long, people have been talking about it. And the races have come out calling, saying that these black women are, hating on her because she's this and she's that or whatever. And so we got into it on our show yesterday. Shout out to the boys of the Five. And we talked a little bit about it. But I wanted to bring it here tonight because I wanted to expand the topic a little bit more. And also get a female perspective from you, Mama Noise. And just kind of see how you feel about it. So, Mama Noise, I yield the floor to you. If you have any questions or if you have any comments.
I mean, this has turned into a black and white issue.
It has. But I think it's a black and white issue because of a lot of the trolls of people that don't really watch the WNBA, and they're trying to come in here and make an issue out of it. So it's really not a black and white issue. It's really not even a big deal. But they've made it into a big deal. Because to me, the big deal ain't the fact that she got hip checked. The big deal is that they keep picking on her, to me, in the WNBA, and none of her teammates seem to defend her. That's a bigger deal to me than what's happening with her on the basketball court.
Well, I remember, during the pandemic, let me go there. During the pandemic, and we discussed how the NBA was overwhelmingly accommodating for the players of the NBA during the pandemic, and the WNBA players, they gave real janky quarters, real janky weightlifting, everything to keep themselves in shape and stuff like that.
That wasn't the WNBA. That was the women's NCAA tournament. But you're right. They had some very, it was a bad situation. Yeah.
Between the NBA and the WNBA, I mean, I first thing I think about is that how egregiously underpaid that the WNBA players are paid in comparison to the NBA.
Right.
And so here they are giving their all in all, pouring out 200% each night they play, and they still get this little bitty money, even though they are professional women's basketball players.
Right.
Then this chick shows up, and I'm not saying that she flex on them with her Nike contract of 25 mil, but it does make other WNBA players feel some kind of way that, okay, this chick just showed up. And like, in other words, folks have come here, they've never been here before, now they're all here to see her. And so she's here and work for your 25 mil. So they probably standing back letting her get the extra push, the extra this, the extra that, because they saying, I'm working 200% and I still only get this, but you coming over here with I'm just showing up flexing the Clark, and then they saying 25 million, 2 million, 5 million for all the different sponsorship that want to pay her that money just to say Clark or that she utilizes their product.
Yeah. First of all, shout out to our guest here, LeBaron Burton. And I love it. What's up, bro? It's good to see you, man.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
I take this. I'm taking this a little personal because I got a baby girl that might end up in that position, and I gotta call it what it is because everybody want to tiptoe and say that, oh, this ain't a race issue. Oh, this is every bit of a white privilege issue. All right, because here's the thing: Caitlin Clark is white. Her audience is automatically going to be larger. Everybody already knows that the white audience wants that savior. They want that Michael Jordan. They want that Larry Bird. All right? And they haven't had one in basketball in a mighty, mighty long time.
Yeah, Luka.
All right? Huh?
Yeah, Luka.
Well, now, right? And if you notice, every single time they get the glimpse of one, all the media runs over there, and they are the greatest thing since sliced bread. Okay? This girl hadn't played one day of WNBA basketball. All right? Now, if we're going to play fair as fair, LeBron had to get beat down when he came into the league. And I'm not a LeBron fan, but he had to earn his stripes. Anybody that goes number one had to earn their stripes. Okay? Yeah. That's just the way competitive sports are. What I don't like is the change of direction of conversation, okay, making these women jealous. These women are not jealous of those salaries. Because the fact that these girls are getting this money, that means that the table has been set for them to get that money. All right?
Well, hold on. That's where I'm going to stop you. They might be a little jealous. No. That's okay. Hold on. That's okay. That's not a bad thing to see somebody making the money that you think you deserve.
I don't think they're jealous of the money, though, because she sees the opportunity. What they're upset about is the narrative, okay? They're upset about the narrative that, okay, this girl has not played a day, not one day of basketball, okay? And you guys are trying to plaster her as the face of the league. She is not. You got Asia Wilson out there. You got Asia out there about to average 30 points a game. Double-double.
Yeah.
15 rebounds. Okay? Now you get this chick that come out here, she's averaging 5 turnovers a game. All right.
Okay, so let me this is where I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm building on what you just said. It's gonna sound like I'm disagreeing, but I'm not.
Right.
She actually is the face of the league, but here's the reason why. She's the face of the league because that's what people have already deemed her to be. It's not that she's the best player, because I agree with you. That's Asia Wilson, and it's not even close. But she for sure is what everyone has made to be the face of the league. And here's what my argument was against the whole thing. I think these girls are mad because, and the story I use to kind of explain it is this. There's another young lady that's going to be in the league next year by the name of Paige Beckers. Paige Beckers is a young lady who has been blessed. I'll say blessed. Her mom and her dad divorced, and her dad remarried this black woman. And so Paige now has a black mama and two black brothers. And so this black woman is teaching her what it means to be a black woman in America. So much so, and it resonated so much so that when Paige got her Best New Athlete award at the ESPYs 3 years ago, she said, and I quote, "I stand on the shoulders of black women.
And
And they need to be recognized for what they've done, more so than what I'm doing. I'm just starting out, but they need to be recognized." So my point of saying that to you is, I think the anger and the frustration that a lot of these women is exactly what you said. Here she's come in, she hasn't proven herself. Yes, she's making $28 million from Nike and God knows how much from other endorsements. And yet, and she's looked at upon by the league, because I didn't even know an Indiana Fever game existed prior to this year. I have never in my life seen an Indiana Fever game that I can remember until this year. Now it's on all the time. And so my point, and I think the point that these young ladies are making is like, okay, if you're the face of our league, then fight for us. Don't just come into the league and take. And it feels like that's what you're doing. Because I'm telling you, I don't think it's a small thing, LeBan and Kieta, that her team doesn't defend her.
And that's the reality, because if she wanted to squash this, she should have came in the right way. She should have came in acknowledging those that came before her. She should have came in checking the media. Her silence on that speaks volumes.
I agree.
And I think that's the big frustration, because it feels like, and again, one of the problems with this whole situation is that they don't have a real long training camp. That is a terrible model for the league. They've never had a long training camp. Usually, as soon as the Final Four is over, these girls are drafted. They got about 2 weeks after that, and then their league starts.
Yeah.
So that's really not a great model for team building and connectivity and education and trying to figure out who and what you are to be and what your responsibilities are. So she's on this roller coaster, and I get that. But my thing is, that ain't an excuse to not have an understanding of the transition, in my opinion. Now, I know Close was supposed to be tonight, and he's not going to be able to make it, unfortunately. But to me, that's not an excuse to not know your education and your history about what the WNBA was and is. And so a league that is 75, 85% black, you got to know these women are going to feel a way about you coming in the door. Ava Wilson is a two-time champion, two-time MVP, and she don't have a $28 million Nike deal.
Yeah.
And she is the best player in the league. It's not even close.
And that's where I say that it's not that they're jealous of her. They're offended at, number one, the way the media is coming out at them, because as usually it's a angry black woman moment again.
Right.
Because if we say something, we're an angry black woman. I'm saying, because, yeah, it's whites in the league, but the league is 85%, 80% black. is an angry black woman moment, right? So it's like black women cannot win for losing.
But you know what, man? I think the whole league is kind of frustrated by her.
Well,
I think the whole league, I think it's the black and white. Because, like.
No, I agree. But what I'm saying is that since it's a majority black sport, the whites.
Yeah, there are people that are going to make it a racial issue, for sure.
I'm saying because the whites in the league are the casualty of of what it is. So what I'm saying is that take Angel Reese for instance, right? Let's be real. Caitlin Clark was a phenom in college, but the interest of her did not peak until she went head up with Angel Reese, and that Angel Reese moment happened. Then all of a sudden, a villain was born, and she was touted to be this hero that was taunted by a villain.
Right.
You see how those tides turn?
Absolutely.
Honestly, Angel Reese is having a better season coming in for her team than what Caitlin is for hers.
Yeah. Well, and let's be clear, Caitlin's team was terrible. Like, they got 2 pieces, maybe 3, that they could probably build around, and everybody else, they need to start over. But the other part of this is the reason why I said it's not just a black and white issue, because Diana Taurasi, I think a lot of the players were even perturbed even before she got there on women's basketball, period. Because I remember watching the Final Four and Sue Bird, here's Diana Taurasi, here's Breanna Stewart, and they said, and I remember them asking Breanna Stewart, "Hey, do you consider Caitlin Clark the GOAT?" And she's like, "Well, don't you have to win like at least one championship to be a GOAT?" And Breanna Stewart can say that because Breanna Stewart won 4 championships in a row. Yeah. So now, full context, Breanna Stewart had a much better team than Caitlin Clark ever had. So playing at UConn, but Breanna Stewart was the key to that team as well. So. And Breanna Stewart is an overall better player than Caitlin Clark, if we're just being honest. Like, she's just a way better player. So I understand the frustration of women like Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Breanna Stewart, Kelsey Plum, all these, Sabrina Ionescu, who I think is a better shooter than Caitlin Clark is. So I understand their frustration because they're saying, yo, man, we've been here. We've been doing this. We've been on this. And now because this chick is coming, y'all want to act like she's God's gift to basketball?
And that's the thing. She has not played a minute of the sport, and they made her the hero of the sport. And you're not going to. It's the same way when Lonzo Ball came into the league, right?
Yeah.
When Lonzo Ball came into the league, Patrick Beverly ate him alive.
Yeah.
Hip checked him too. Don't forget. Remember when you don't remember Patrick Beverly looking over him and telling him,
Yeah. But it's not as big a deal as it's being made out to be. The only reason it's being built, as like you said, LeBron, it's being lauded as this big deal is because somebody's trying to take this girl, I'll say it this way. This is probably a little harsher way to say it, but it's probably not far off. There is a faction of people who are looking for and are always looking in sports, especially sports that are dominated by black people, they're always looking for the white savior. They're looking for the next white big thing. And I know that sounds harsh to some people, but it's not. But we're not far off and we're not being dishonest about it. It's the truth. It is the truth. And so when you have that mentality in America of people who just can't appreciate sports for sports, but they always see the color barrier between the races and this, that, and the other, then you're always going to have this mentality, and you're always going to have people who are trying to celebrate and make things bigger than they actually are. Caitlin has the potential to be really good. She has the potential, but it's going to take time for her to understand what it means to be a team player, how to play professional basketball, how to play without the ball in our hand 80% of the time. It's going to take time. And so I think it's a combination of media. It's a combination of ignorance, our own ignorance, of understanding what to do and how to transition. And then I think there may be some kind of low-key willingness to be ignorant of how and why you're getting this opportunity. You are here, Caitlin Clark, because of Cheryl Swoops. You're here because of Cheryl Miller. You're here because of Cynthia Cooper and Tina Thompson and Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. And you're here because of some great women have sacrificed their lives to make this league what it is. And to not really, truly kind of come in with a humility, that's the problem that I think a lot of these women have with. So.
Yeah,
how you doing, brother?
Huh?
How you doing, brother? Since we got you on here, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. No complaints. No complaints, man. Trying to find out how to get 36 hours out of a 24-hour day. But
oh man, I don't even want to know the secret to that. That just sounds painful.
Because let's face it. I'm sorry. You know how we say now laters ain't as big as they used to be?
Yeah, that's very true.
Well, an hour ain't 60 minutes no more. An hour feels like 30 minutes.
An hour feels like 30 minutes. So now not only is our days shrinking, minutes are shrinking, and hours are shrinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I know you're getting the most out of what you can get out of it. That's for sure. For those who don't know, LeBaron has been a long-term supporter of this here show, Talkin NOIZ, and we appreciate him very, 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 very much, and appreciate Popcorn World. And all you gotta do if you want some Popcorn World is just go to Popcorn World and doing the world of flavor.com, and you can get you some Popcorn World. That is not hard. We're not talking about a difficult process. Just that's all you gotta do. Doing the world of flavor.com and go get all the popcorn you can stand. And it's the best popcorn in the world.
It really is. It is, and this is not just saying it because he's on here. It's absolutely, positively true.
Well, I am saying it because he's on here, but I was saying if he wasn't on there too.
I'm just
saying if he wasn't on there too.
You will feel once you try it.
Oh yeah, this over.
You will never settle for it's called settling now when you get microwave popcorn.
No, listen. Mama NOIZ is not lying. Let me tell you something. I don't know if I even ever told you this, LeBaron. Mm-hmm. You ain't ruined popcorn for me.
Really?
I do not eat any other Mama NOIZ. I just recently tried for like the first time in like 2 or 3 years another popcorn. I tried Skinny Pop, and it was okay. It was a nice, healthy option. No. But it ain't Popcorn World, and I only get it like that one time, maybe twice. Yeah. I don't want another popcorn. I used to buy popcorn all the time, and then when we became part of the Popcorn World family, that was over.
There's no way you can do it because if anything else is like eating styrofoam.
Yeah, you don't want it. It ain't the same.
I'm just saying, if you ain't lived unless you tried the crab leg and dirty deal. Listen, go to doingtheworldofflavor.com and you'll see what I mean. Yeah,
that's all you gotta do. Just go there. So yeah, I'm that's what I do. That's how You don't have to go any further than just the regular popcorn that do the regular flavor. That alone have you addicted.
Just that. What was that?
Just regular butter popcorn. Just
the movie butter.
If you just get the movie butter popcorn, you'll be addicted.
They'll be like, man, this is.
You know what's funny, LeBaron? I know we got all the popcorn tangent here. I got every time you send me the movie butter popcorn, That's the first thing I eat coming out the box. And it's gone within a day. And I'm mad at myself every day, every time I do it. And I tell myself before it comes, don't listen, pace yourself this time. You even sent me a 10 one time for my birthday. I remember that. It was like 2 years ago. You sent me a 10. I crushed it in a day. And I was like, I ate like half of it in the morning, and then I came back and we watched some movies, and I ate the rest of it. And I was like, doggone it. You said you can go pace yourself. I don't, though. I never do. I never pace myself.
You don't.
I'm addicted to it. I'm so addicted to it. It's like
a drug to me. You don't have any type of there's nothing else to compare it to. So you like, I'll wait.
That's why I don't get nothing else. Because I was like, once you've had a premier something, like a premier steak or a premier burger or a premier popcorn, you can't be mucking around with other ones because that's only just going to frustrate you. So I don't allow myself to be frustrated. I just say I don't get it.
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. It's always it feels good when people appreciate what you put into something.
Oh man, listen, we root for popcorn well like we root for ourselves.
Definitely.
So there you go.
You can taste all of the dare I say the passion, the fervor of how you feel about your product. Because you're saying that there's nothing else like this.
No.
Right.
There are people that try to do a little extra. You know what I find myself doing, man? This is real talk. Since we real talking, I find myself getting mad at other people that want to get something else. When they don't, I'm sitting there going, "Why are you getting that? I told y'all that's not." He's like, "I told y'all what you should get." So
right,
then when they come getting anything other than that, you like, "What's wrong with them? Did you not get the memo? I thought we discussed this." But yeah, you just be like, there's no reason to do anything else.
Hey, well, this summer we rebounded. I'm coming out of hibernation. I've been kind of hiding from attention the last several months. So we just finished. I haven't started pushing it yet, but we just finished the new site, so that's up. And in the next 2 weeks, we'll be releasing the fundraising site.
All right.
Yeah. So
fundraising gonna have its own separate site.
Yeah. It's gonna be. So you guys have heard of Double Good?
Yes.
That's exactly what I was thinking, the man.
Yeah. So I no longer sell my small bags on the regular site.
Okay.
And I no longer sell the sample bags where you can buy separate sample bags. Yeah. You can buy the gift packs, but you can't buy a single sample bag on the regular site anymore. Okay. That's going to be for the fundraising site. So you can only buy mediums to extra larges on the regular site. Mm-hmm. I did have to up my pricing because I was losing my shirt, y'all. I was losing my shirt.
But it's worth it though. It's honestly, I get it, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah.
So I understand, and I know some people are like, man, that seems pricey for the popcorn. Not this popcorn. The one thing that's the most truthful thing on the site is when it says gourmet.
Yeah, and that's why I want people to know the difference between gourmet and popcorn. It's
right. This is different.
Yeah, and every popcorn shop will say gourmet because that's just what you do. But
this is actual gourmet.
I was actually I don't want to talk about them like this, but then I got to. I ordered $100 worth of Double Good popcorn because I got tired of everybody saying, "Hey." And this is what made me do the fundraising site. Is when I bought $100 worth of Double Good popcorn, and I tasted the product, and I was actually offended. I was highly offended.
As you should be.
I was terribly offended.
You held it up in there and say, "Is this your king? This is your king." It's not as good.
See, now look, now LeBron, you understand why I was getting mad at folk. I'm sitting there going, I ain't even tasted the competition or whatever. I never even tasted it and was still like.
Let me help people out. Double Good is like Drake.
Oh.
Right? It's like Drake. It's there. It puts a product out.
Wow.
Everybody seems to buy it. It's not the best though.
has no substance to it.
There's no substance to it.
It's not true. It's not true.
It's like Kendrick Lamar. Matter of fact, LeBaron should add "They Not Like Us" on his website. That's like the difference between the two.
Right. They not like us. You are right.
Like us.
You was right when you said what you said.
You should have a little piece of popcorn crip walking on your site. They Not Like Us. That's not different. It is not the same. It is not even close to the same. 250 flavors. Come on. And by the way, I'm looking at the new website. I love it.
Oh, man.
I love it. It's streamlined. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I love it.
Yeah,
I absolutely love it.
I kind of listened to the complaints of what everyone else was saying about, not being able to navigate it and everything. So try to make everything straight to the point.
It is. It's absolutely to the point. You got all the flavors there. And it's impressive because when you see all the different things that you can do, then you go, man, you just got so many choices. There's nothing. Listen, we've this. I don't know how this turned into a commercial, but I'm glad it did because it's our brother and we love him. You're not gonna find a better product. So
hey, I appreciate y'all.
You're just not gonna find a better product. So
yeah. Other ones you may see it's a ghost in the machine. You like, I don't even know who's behind this. I don't even know who does this. Here's your man. A
black man is out here running things in popcorn.
Black man.
That's right. So there you go. All right, man. Well, I guess we're gonna get out of here. Appreciate you popping up, LeBaron. Appreciate everybody listening.
Yeah, he said appreciate him popping up.
See, I said I heard. I just heard Mama knows. I just heard. Appreciate everybody out there in all over the place, especially Twitter. Twitter's showing us a lot of love. I appreciate Twitter showing us a lot of love. We're gonna come back stronger and better than ever. So just get ready. But listen, we appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you for rocking with us. We're about to get into some fun things, and you'll start to see the announcements of those things here probably in August. But we're gonna take some time to get ready for it. It's gonna take some time for us to get ready for it. So you'll see what's coming down the pike. So
hey Lloyd, I got another one that's coming through the works. She played for the Chicago Sky Academy.
Oh, okay. Your baby girl.
Baby girl, she gonna be that one.
She's figuring it out, huh?
Well, you know what? Because she did the same thing her sister didn't touch a ball until freshman year.
Yeah.
But last year her best game was 10 points, 14 rebounds, and 20 blocks.
That's a great game. Yeah. You don't get much better than that.
Yeah, she can jump out
right there.
Yeah.
That's a stat line right there. Okay. Well,
coming from the same school that Dana Evans graduated from.
Do you want her to go to the Indiana Fever or the Chicago Sky?
Chicago all day long. Don't nobody care about the Fever. You see what Dana Evans is? She at Chicago.
Shout out to Dana too, who's balling. Man, she didn't took over that team.
She'll be. She local town hero. So
yeah. All right, good people. We love y'all. We out of here. Enjoy your summer. We're gonna enjoy ours. Yeah, that's it. Peace.